شواطئ البحر الأبيض المتوسط، فضلا عن استمرارها برا إلى بلاد ما بين النهرين.
Hegra is considered as a strategic site for settlement due to life necessities, such as plentiful water and fertile soil. Furthermore, it has been a significant stopping point for travelers for millennia and connecting peoples and cultures. It was a key crossroads on ancient trading routes, which carried incense, spices, and other valuable commodities from southern Arabia to Mediterranean ports, as well as continuing overland to Mesopotamia.
أهم الحضارات التي استقرت في الموقع الحضارة النبطية، وتعتبر مدينة الحجر إحدى أهم المدن النبطية، وذلك بسبب موقعها الاستراتيجي وإبداع ومهارة النبطيين الذين أنشأوا الحجر منذ أكثر من 2000 عام. وكان ذلك تقريبا في نفس الوقت الذي تم فيه بناء سور الصين العظيم، كما تم أيضا تنصيب أول إمبراطور للإمبراطورية الرومانية القديمة.
One of the magnificent civilizations that lived here is the Nabatean civilization. Hegra was one of the most important cities in the Nabatean kingdom. It thrived as a result of its strategic location on ancient trading routes and as a result of the skill and ingenuity of the Nabatean people. The city of Hegra was created by Nabatean inhabitants over 2,000 years ago, around the same time that the Great Wall of China was first constructed and the Roman Empire appointed its first emperor.
معنا تستمتعون في الرحلة بمشاهدة المناظر الجميلة، كما تستمعون إلى قصص التراث من الحضارات القديمة. كذلك توثقون اللحظات المميزة خلال رحلتكم.
Stories of ancient civilizations, capturing your beautiful moments during your journey with us. But due to the importance of this heritage and its preservation, we hope you follow the following instructions.
مراعاة المواقع التراثية واحترام الآثار الثمينة وتقدير قيمتها التاريخية، وأيضا المحافظة على النقوش والكتابات بعدم لمسها أو الكتابة عليها أو تغييرها أو الإضرار بها بأي شكل من الأشكال. المحافظة على النظافة، وذلك بوضع القمامة في الحاويات المخصصة أو الاحتفاظ بها لحين الوصول للحاويات المخصصة أو عند مغادرة المواقع التراثية. كما يمنع التدخين أثناء الرحلة التراثية إلا في الأماكن المخصصة أو بعد المغادرة. عدم أخذ أي شيء من المواقع التراثية مهما كان، ويتضمن ذلك كل ما يكون على الأرض من الحصى والحجارة والرمل وما شابه. يمنع الدخول إلى المدائن. ولنتذكر دائما القاعدة الذهبية: لا نلتقط إلا الصور ولا نترك إلا آثار أقدامنا.
Respect the antiquities and heritage sites and their archaeological value. Don't climb, mark, or damage in any way. Place your litter in a trash bin or take the trash with you until it can be disposed of in a trash bin or removed from the heritage site. Only smoke in the designated smoking areas or after exiting the heritage sites. Refrain from taking anything from the heritage sites, including anything that's on the ground. It's not allowed for anyone to enter tombs. Always remember, take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints.
وجهتنا الأولى جبل إثلب ومنطقة الديوان.
Our first stop is Jabal Ithlib and the Diwan area.
Yes. Assalamu alaikum. Hello, welcome to Hegra. My name is Abdulaziz Al Jabal. I will be your Rawi storyteller. Our tour will take about 2 hours and we will go through 4 stops starting from Diwan at Jabal Idlib. At each stop we'll give you a brief about the place and then leave the rest of the time for you to enjoy the place, take photos. بنبدأ بالعربي. طبعا هذا جبل إثلب أعلى نقطة موجودة بالحجر، والسبب من اختيارهم كنقطة تجمع لأهل السياسة وأهل الدين. طبعا المنحوتيين has chosen it as a gathering area. So Nabatean are different Arabian tribes, nomads. They have united at the northwest side of the Arabian Peninsula and established their kingdom starting from Petra to the south of Jordan. It was around 500 BC, so around 2,500 years ago. And then they expanded to the south to Hegra here and became the second biggest city for the Nabatean. Here we see the gathering area, what we call it in Arabic Majlis or Diwan, carved within the rock to the north. So actually the smart thing about it that it's from the sunrise to the sunset, it's always in the shades, and the opening between the two rocks here would give it like a natural air conditioning in the area here. So especially in the summer, this is the favorite spot even for our visitors here. Compared to other areas, it's much cooler. So you can see that the 3 couches here carved within the rock. You can notice remainings of stairs on both sides here, so they used to have carpets on it. And this is the place where they sit. It's been mentioned that it's a dining area, gathering area for discussions, and even some performances has been taking place in this area here. On the opposite side, you see what we call in Arabic member, platform to stand on it. If you are holding a speech, talking to the audience inside the Diwan, you can see a niche carved within the rock as well. Now, through the seat here, have a look on both sides. You can see different niches. Nabatean has worshipped several gods and goddesses, led by Dhu Shara, the god of Sharat mountain. They have worshipped a god called Shi'a'ul Qawm, the god who protects them when they are traveling. Manat, the god of fertility, Lat, Al-Uzza, Wid, the god of love. So several gods and goddesses, each group would have its own god or goddess. So we have our heritage rangers here. Have a look, take some photos. If you have any questions, I will be around here. We'll spend like 10 or 15 minutes and then we continue to our next stop. Okay, thank you. Thanks.
الشرطة هاي شو مسوي لها؟
Our next stop is Jabal Idlib and the Diwan area.
So we are heading now to Jabal al-Banat, which means the girls' mountain. We see a group of tombs around the rock. We'll have a walk around the rock to the other side, to the tomb number 26. This is the only tomb that we are allowed to enter. All other tombs are not allowed to be entered. So here we'll talk about the burial practices of the Nabatean and the design of the tombs. So it's a bit long way, so grab some water if you'd like to with you. طبعا هذا جبل البنات متوجه للجهة الأخرى من الصخرة. بنشوف مجموعة من المدافن أو المقابر، ونتكلم عن طقوسهم في الدفن وتصاميم الواجهات اللي موجودة على السطوح. طبعا ممنوع دخول أي مقبرة ما عدا المقبرة رقم 26 اللي بالجهة الأخرى بيوجهوننا له. That it's not allowed to be rented or sold. Yes, so this is an aspect about the Nabatean. The reason why they have took so much care of the tombs, that they believed in the afterlife, in the recreation. That explains why a Nabatean would have such a huge tomb but live in a tent or a small mud house. The residential area is in the middle here. We're still doing excavations, but most of the city buried beneath the sand. We found a city wall and the basics of some houses, a temple structure, and a military point. We'll talk later on about it for the Romans, because this is the farthest point where the Romans has reached here, inside the Arabian Peninsula. So the afterlife was an important aspect for them, and this explains even why you see stairs on the top. Those are symbolic. These are the stairway to heaven. They believe that the soul starts in the sky, goes down to this life, and after death it will be raised again. Yes, and you will see different patterns, mostly the triangle above the entrance, listen, and the small pillars. This could be a Greek pattern. So in general, they have mixed different patterns from different areas, from different cultures that they have interacted with, mixed them together, reach that design, which we call the Nabatean design for the tombs. We'll continue now to the tomb number 26. In small groups, you can have a look from the inside, and then we'll talk about it in the shades. Because it's quite hot, huh? Yeah?
How long did it take to carve something like this?
Yes. If you allow me, I would leave that for our next stop because we have a good example we can see on the facade. Yeah.
Why can you see? People not like going inside. But I can't see when I.
You can go peek.
I can go. You can have a little peek in there. So a little peek in there. Kind of color. Look inside.
Oh, yes. Oh, what was are you a minute?
Huh?
No, you're not allowed in there till then.
Well done, guys. Right, let's go.
Huh?
Oh, that's very handy.
نرجع ننزل ولا نقعد هنا؟
هو بيشرح لنا وين؟
اخذنا تصورنا كلش. والله.
I'm a desert animal.
And the design on the front as well with the 4 pillars on the facade. So all that means that the owner of this tomb was a very important person. His name is Lahyan, son of Kuza. So who is Lahyan, son of Kuza? We still don't know much about him. There are different interpretations based on the fact that the location, the size of this tomb, it must belong to someone who is very important. So if the king was in Petra and there is another tomb with inscriptions says that it's for the governor here, so they suggest that it could belong to someone who was the leader or the general of the Nabatean army. Why they said that? Because despite the uniqueness of this tomb, it's never been used as a tomb. So they stopped working in this tomb before finishing it, before it was used. That's why they say he was the general of the Nabatean army and he was killed outside of Hegra. Or simply maybe he just faced some financial crisis. This is another theory because they consider it as a property, so you have to pay for that too. So even though sadly for him, but for us he has left us such a beautiful monument and it's a good study material for archaeologists because it's unfinished, so they can follow the steps how they used to carve those tombs. And this is the reason why I left answering the question how they carved those tombs to that point. So as you were standing there, the lower part to the left of the entrance, there were 3 seats or 3 benches, 3 blocks. This is their first step when they start carving, but from the top. So they climb to the top. Either they carve stairs, they dig holes and carve, or the nature of the rock itself would allow them to get to the top. They come to the front of the rock, divide it into smaller blocks, remove them. After that, so when they remove the rocks, they would have like a scaffolding from the rock itself to stand on it. So it will look like that. They can stand here and work on this side of the rock. When they finish working on it, they repeat the same process going down. So using simple equipment, hammer, chisels, picks, because those are sandstones, very soft, so it needs skills more than strength to carve on them. Probably the materials that they have used made of metal or copper, iron of copper, or maybe some other areas they used stones, basalt stones, and to scrub them as well from the volcanic area of Harrat here close to Lola. So this is their way of carving. How long would it take? There is a study to estimate how long would it take them, considering 20 masons working in the tomb. Such a tomb like that with this size, they suggest would take 1.5 years. So in average between 6 months up to 1.5 years. Yes. Any questions?
الماضي منذ آلاف السنين.
Much remains to be discovered at Hegra. Ongoing archaeological investigations and research into Hegra's past is revealing exciting new information about the people who lived in Hegra thousands of years ago.
كنتم معنا في رحلة عبر الزمن لأكثر من 2000 سنة مضت. تعرفنا خلالها على تاريخ الحضارة النبطية. سعدنا بكم في رحلة عبر الزمن إلى موقع الحجر العالمي.
You have been with us on a journey through time from more than 2,000 years ago. and we enjoyed the history of Nabatean civilization. Thank you for sharing your beautiful moments with us, and we are glad to have you visit Hegra World Heritage Site.